Welcome back to the final installment of what has been quite a deadly journey. Going through all the timelines, things that could have been, things that were never set in stone. And things aren't quite what you remember. Don't know where we would have seen that before. But Higurashi has been a interesting beast to tackle. Granted, some of the early seasons were more cohesive as an enjoyable experience, and it capped off quite nicely, and everything since then has gone on a little tangent, but good in its own right. Considering that the gloves have come off, they're allowed to do what they want. We had shonen battles and Dragon Ball Z kind of references. I don't know where this is going, what this will end up being, considering we are now finishing it all off, and both Rika and Sadako have a almost same level of bending time shenanigans as other deities. We get to add to the pantheon is Hanyu just waiting for that miracle. To find out, we're going to have to watch it. So, I'm glad you're here to finish this off with me. Grab a drink, so we can enjoy a little bit more Higurashi. The fact that Hanyu is just a fragment and obviously not a match for the superpowered right here. She's all the help that she needs. But we've seen a miracle once, so can lightning strike twice? And no matter how many times I see it, I do like the crystal world that they live in. You know, the fragments of the past and timelines. I don't think that talk about the prospect of humanity and how they can change things are really going to break through and help. The little platform they're on is actually a lot longer than I expected. She's ruining the program she was watching. And she's got to get back to it. But also consider... I mean, if you don't want to tidy up, just chuck all of your junk and trash in the air. Works for me. The battle to the death over the bridge. I don't know if the bridge is some sort of metaphor or anything here, but sometimes I'll for in media. But it feels like we've seen this bridge before. Can't remember when, though, in the story. I mean, after everything that she has put us through, maybe. I mean, yes, up until a point. And then it became a warped sense of... Well, the slow fall as it goes into the river. Over a century, at least. And yet she was so willing to put us through everything. I mean, the best way to factory reset someone's thought process might be this way. How many punches to the cranium does it take to solve this problem? I mean, she may not like to study, but think of all the things that she did during this time frame of trying to keep Rika around. Learned how to handle firearms, for one thing. Learn the movements of everyone in the village, of Rika in the various timelines. She's got a knack for it. I mean, that sinking to the bottom of the river, now there's no way to end this particular loop, but at the same time, it's not like it's really going anywhere. It's only so far it can sink. So you're going to have a few splinters from all of that. I feel like that's the hardest route to climb out of. Like, straight up. I do like the unsettling wail of the soundtrack. Do you need to be told in advance? Then they will climb out. I was going to say 101, but 200 works better. She can control the weather patterns in here. Sudden growth spurt. The realms are connected through the river? Or maybe, it just cut through the dimension as it was falling. I mean, Hanyu wasn't exactly present for a lot of them, but she definitely made her presence known. You see, I'm really caught off guard with a lot of this because some of the animation is really nice, and obviously using the crystals and the 3D aspect of it as part of the background and particles for the events, and then bringing everyone together, no matter the where they were taken during the course of the events. Powering up the weapon with the thoughts and promises and wishes of everyone involved. Strike one? Oh, strike true. How did I misread that? She didn't even attempt to move. Are we going to have a change places kind of moment? What? I mean, I do like how she, in this reversion here, kind of that shaft head tilt, had the same mannerisms as Hanyu as when we first met her. Oh, she's blasting off again. I was going to say, with the horn break in her, if there was going to be some sort of cyclical nature to this all. Am I going to have to be down here now? One that really wants to go, one that really doesn't want to go, and they both want to coincide and stay with each other. Something tells me this is a very, very healthy relationship. Ooh, the thick line work. I don't know if this was emulating anything in particular. Definitely those... Definitely those frames and holding of the motion was reminiscent of a few things. Next timeline, death by drowning. That fight lasted a while, didn't it? Yeah, all of this could have been avoided if you had this little talk back at school. But she has no intention of studying. I think years of perpetual torment and agony are probably lesser on the line of... Well, probably higher on the line, actually, of traumatic experiences than just studying a little. Doing a homework. A bigger number. I mean, maybe, yeah, she did give it a try, but... One day she will get it. But, I mean, I like the fact that it's being told to us that they've tried it the nice way. They've tried it the gruesome, blood-soaked way. And none of them really play out well for them. Even though we saw one route of Sadako actually attempting to do the school thing positively. They just ran off all of a sudden. Also, is this a continuation of when we saw them back with the college reuniting of the characters? Did they have to step into the water as well? I mean, the bank is right there. When they cry? Surely not. No, you didn't call him to join in? It seems like fun. Hmm. I do find it funny that the resolution of a constant loop of suffering and fighting and regret and whatnot can be solved by percussive maintenance. A few hits to the dome and the fight's over. Better than they've been. I mean, there will be a limit to how much they can spend together before they drive into each other insane, and I think we were past that by a few centuries. Someone talking from experience then, considering her sister. Nope, just sitting quiet. Are we just going to get into definitions of... Rather broad, you can fit in a load of people into that category then. Depends what you mean. Shackle is a good term for that's what Shadoko has been attempting to do here. You know, she will stay here with me, a prisoner of the friendship. What's this feel-good moment? We're just going to ignore the various decapitations, eviscerations, bisections, flayings, burnings, drownings. Apparently so. Cool. Bygones be bygones, that was all in the past. Or future, or however the time works here. And then back to the known. Meeting at the signpost, the water wheel. Is Rika still big adventure? So they've settled it all, and like she's allowed a bit of space. Do they still get to loop? Because if so, you know, have a lifetime off at your school or whatever, and then catch her in the next one. With their sense of time at the minute, it's probably just like next weekend, right? Would you? I was going to say, would you Coca-Cola? But would you really want that calendar, considering everything that it represents? But at the same time, as a memory of it all, maybe you do. Someone is mysteriously absent from this. You know, the important aspect of it all. Ah, there she is. Gonna have a heart-to-heart moment before the final send-off. Also, I'm getting a feeling of a few other shows that are coming to mind from this. I think Evangelion is one of them. Joining on for the farewell. 3 years? How will she handle herself? Put it in a letter. I like the idea of kind of a send off for this, considering the series full closure after the effects of starting over so many times. Is this going to answer my question here? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, that's what I hear people say. And she'll duck into doorways and try to... Yep, run. That works. And they'll meet up eventually. The universe itself will... We'll bring them back once it's ready. So, oh, that was a little jutter. The back and front track layers of the train weren't exactly aligned. But I don't know if that's meant to show it setting off or just a weird alignment. So what was Shion's message? Oh? A mending of ways amongst the village as well. Didn't think to have I mean, we've still got 5 minutes or so. A full "where are they now" kind of thing for everyone. Fair. Considering all of the students, those two kind of appeared a few times more than others. Okay. Some well-earned time off, I'm guessing. That's a sharp chin. Okay. We are getting it. Where are they now? And I'm blanking on his name. I know the character, but yeah, I'm blanking on the name. Is this Tucken? Both of them. Well, making amends for everything, come back to the village, try to... Is this a bit early, but end on Satoshi waking up? At least Satoko might have a moment or two with... Yeah, muscle atrophy is a thing after you've been sleeping for a while. Memory loss at all? Or remember the bear? I mean, you remember the Satoko's name immediately, so you don't have to worry about that. Does word travel fast? Ah! You've hit a sale! Nice! So glad that we did get character growth for some of the background characters, especially him, who we've had some ups and downs. I've had a few issues with him, but I do like that, like with her being so attached to Sadako, coming back and being the final through loop of this, the fact that he's reformed, she's attached to him, bits and pieces that we were introduced to and then fell off for other timelines and arcs. This is the overall standing. And the eye glow isn't now just in form of terrible acts, but more of a deeper connection. Oh? The final snap was to allow her to be herself? Yeah, just a prophetic moment. Ignore it for now. Does she might have been given her body back and whatnot, but has her mental standing grown through the years, or is she still small? I mean, the immediate kind of filled me with worry. How is his standing with the village? Have they come around to his personality shift? Also, something I've just noticed, I might need to go back and check. The mouth tooth fang thing that Sadako has, was that only present in the original her? I don't think so, because it would have been more noticeable if otherwise. And now that Hanyu is presiding over it all, we're going to have a bit more pleasant time in the village. And there we have it, everyone. The story of a lifetime, of many lifetimes. Far more than I can count, far more than they took notice of. The fact that it all just circled back to believe in your friends. The fact that the story has pushed the point of who can you trust? Well, trust in the people who care about you, trust in your friends today, and then together we can do anything. We can change the very fate of the universe and create our own miracles of the world. And then for it to loop back to, but, we needed some time apart. Too much familiarity with one another can get a little burdensome. Yeah, definitely a bit of therapy for some abandonment issues wouldn't go amiss. I think it would be a kind of heartfelt, good ending to end off on. That's just the way it's trying to portray it. If we ignore the hundreds of thousands of other lifetimes and the millions, probably, of people affected throughout those lives, like we saw a glimpse of, was it Rena when she was mid-30s, going back to the village to explain what the hell was going on? If each of those timelines continue on in their length or whatever, we can't claim one victory. We can claim it for the characters we care about in this time and place, but overall, yeah, I think the scales are firmly tipped one way over the other. But let's ignore that little dose of existential dread and the fact that you've all of the universes and opportunities, most of them failed, and just go, well, at least we had the uncle who is reformed. We've got Shion, who's a little clingy and attached. We've got Satoshi, who's woken up from his coma and probably needs a bit of rehabilitation to be able to walk again. But now everyone can sit back and be friends. We got that moment of Keiichi and Satoshi kind of working out their place now that one another are both present. Who's going to keep custody of the bat? Big questions. But I do like that Takana's... She wasn't beaten down and broken. She resolved her issues. She let go of it all and allowed to have a happy ending kind of thing. If we could have another chance at life, go back and start again, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us would probably take that deal, regardless of where that save point was. If it's a fact of start again, but you have to live out this lifetime, and then you can go back, would you do the same thing again? Because where I'm at right now, multiple hardships and issues throughout my life, but I'm not unhappy. Would I change it for possibly the worse? big questions when you don't know what could or can be. And without the actual understanding and confidence that, yes, you are this kind of deity godlike power to be able to time loop. Plus, who would be my super villain in that reincarnation story? This was a fun one. As I said before, the seasons after we had the initial solution out of the initial Higurashi story weren't exactly on the same level as the original, but it played some arcs off for a laugh and a joke, which were funny. It had some more deeper dread moments. It had a whole bunch of different aspects of animation and styles and directions that the story went in, and then finally capping it off with a shonen battle and then a happy ending where we see, life isn't, we can't stay with friends forever. We do have to live our own lives and separate off. A bit of realism. A little bit of everything. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed my interpretation and add-on of a lot of what's been going on. If that is the case, let me know. If you've hated every moment of it but stuck around out of sheer morbid curiosity, well, thank you anyway. Just let me know down below if there is anything that you would like to add, your thoughts and feelings on the series as a whole or individually. Leave a like on the video if I have entertained you, and most importantly, make sure to subscribe if you want to catch whatever's coming up next. Because I've been on and off with my schedule, I'm going to say, I'm going to go in with something that I want to see and just fill the gap while I get everything back up and running. So, try not to miss out on that. Join onto my Discord to make sure to get the notifications when things come out, and maybe polls in the future when I can be trusted to actually run them properly. But for now, definitely get yourselves a bit of rest. Think about what matters most in your life and hold on to it tightly. I'll see you in the next one.